Oh man, look at this lighting, so beautiful. Alright, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, level with me. So I went back to watch Jesse Cox's video on what's going on at the end of last game, the previous Final Fantasy XIV and the calamity and all that, and yes, indeed, it is what happened. Oh look, she's cute. So yeah, apparently the last game ended when the calamity happened, and then the Realm Reborn happens. I don't know if it's 5 years in between, but hey. Alright, let's do our quest, and then we'll talk about car payments and stuff. You are come to the Adder's Nest. What is that? Headquarters of the Order of the Twin Adder. Even ever do we welcome those who would toil in the elemental's name for the good and our forest nation. The good of our forest nation. Jesus Christ. My name is Verana. I believe you're expecting me. I'm here to enlist, if you will help me. You know what? I always want to go with the simpler option, right? I'm here to enlist, if you will have me. That'd be good too. Yes. Ah, might you be Verana? I thought as much. Our recruitment officer sent word that you will be coming. It is a pleasure and an honor both to welcome you to our ranks. Now, let me gather together the relevant documentation. Sir! What's going on? Oh my god. What is it? Report. An urgent message from... Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm a recite sex spire? Jesus Christ. A high-wind skyway airship has taken fire from Imperial forces in the sky over the East Shroud. Oh no. The vessel's engines were crippled, sir, and it was forced to make an emergency landing southeast of the 9 IVs. 9 IVs? God, this could not have come at a worse time. All but a handful of our forces are presently afield, dealing with Exalt. Well, good thing I'm here. Well, I know full well you have yet to be formally inducted into our ranks, but we have urgent need of your aid. In all likelihood, the airship was bearing civilians, and if the reports are accurate, they will have come down dangerously close to Guardian-occupied territory. Please make all haste to the area southeast of 9 IVs, locate the airship, and ascertain the status of the passengers. Of course. Of course. Alright, of course something will happen, right? Alright, where do we go? Right, and boom, we're there. Simple as that. I'm thinking, I don't have a mount. Can I get a mount? Or can I just rent a chocobo or something like that? Maybe let's go look at the weather first. Yeah, I was watching some videos, or yeah, some shorts and videos and stuff for like finances, personal finances, and all that good stuff. You know how it is. Money is important. Oh boy, it's raining. It was literally just sunshine and boom, start raining. Alright. So we gotta go this way here. Can I make a bookmark? No, is there a way like a mark a thing? So that's to Ogredania, which is not the way we wanted to go. We want to go to Central Shroud. So we gotta cut across this way. Yeah, while we run, it's so nice to see all the people gather here. Yay! Yay! Alright, let's go this way. So back to Central Shroud. Oh, that's where we came from when we were doing the initial bit of questing. And how do you get umbrellas? Man, I want umbrellas. Alright, I guess if there's a better way to traverse the world, please let me know, because I really don't know. So we're just running there while we can talk about car payments. I was watching on a YouTube video, this guy called Yusuf. I think he's a old car or used car dealer. And he puts up videos of people calling him about their own cars. And someone's calling about their, what's like a Kia or something? And they're paying like $800 a month or something for a Kia. For like a normal Kia and not even anything cool, like a Stinger or something. But also, this is in the United States where money actually means something. In Canada, everything's way more expensive. But then again, you know, Canadian dollar isn't worth as much money. But it is absolutely crazy to me where people are paying $400-500 for a normal car, and also then paying something like $1,200 a month for what, well, people think is a quote-unquote cool car, like a Dodge Charger or like a Mercedes or something. And every time I look at those numbers, I go, ooh, that is a big number for a car, regardless of how cool the car may be. If you're like a multi-millionaire, who cares, right? A couple $100,000, who cares? But for normal people, it is absolutely insane that they're paying a third, a fifth, a quarter of their income on a car. And that's just the car itself, not even the insurance. And then, ooh, achievement, nice. And then they gotta pay for maintenance, the gas, if you have a Dodge Charger. Some people have the RT, or they have the Demon, or have the Hellcat. And that thing guzzles gas. Now, granted, gas is a lot cheaper in the States. But still, you're paying a third of your income on a car, and then you're paying $300-400 a month on gas. It baffles the mind that people think it's okay to pay a third of your income on vehicles. Now, I'm Chinese, and you know how Chinese are. We're not, let's just say, not the most willing to spend money. And my parents have always told me, hey, you gotta buy a house before you buy a car, which was actually the case. I owned a house before I actually owned my first car, and I didn't buy my first car until I was 30. So, you know. And car never... I love cars. I always liked cars, but I never liked cars enough to spend way too much money than I should on a car. I'm not sure if that makes sense. I know people who are just saying, hey, I just want a cool car. I don't care how much it is. I don't give a shit. Then by all means, live your life. But you gotta think about your own financial future as well. It's actually a lot easier to get yourself in very, very big trouble early on in your life because you're not making as much money, right? Because like I remember working as a lifeguard, and I was making, at the time, back in this is 2006. Oh, there's a downed airship. 2006, I was making, I want to say like $12 an hour, and I felt rich. I was like, man, I don't make so much money, dude. Duty calls. Okay, sure, it's a duty. Alright, let's do it. Sometimes duty calls, you know. Yeah, so it was like me, $12.35, which at the time was pretty good money, because everybody else, all my other friends were working regular minimum wage jobs. They're making $7.25 or something like that. So I felt like I was pretty rich. But what I did was oh no. What the hell? That's a cool animal. So these are Guardians, right? The red guys. An adventurer? What are you doing out here? No, wait. Let's find some cover first. So this is the airship crew. And these guys are the Guardians, right? But the Guardians always have such cool armor. Well, maybe not everybody has cool armor in the Guardian Empire. Really? You run from like over there to here and you're tired? Come on. The Adder's Nest sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. An uniform? Oh. Peace, friend. We mean you no harm. You are an engineer of the Garland Ironworks, are you not? We were alerted to your plight and have come to rescue you. What about the other civilians? And you are Verena, I presume? I was told to expect an honorary serpent. My thanks to your aid, friend. Hey, thanks for the timely clarification. Dude. Alright. What do we do here? I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garland's work. Is there no end to this man's treachery? The secrets of Magitech belong in Imperial hands. They're not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. Oh no. We're taking this crap back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must. And bring in the engineers. Someone must pay for Garlon's crime. Imperial scouts from Castrum Oriens. They mean to requisition the ship. Huh. More like stealing it, eh? Wedge. Wedge? You have to help. Oh, Wedge is the name. That fool of a lot of fellows hiding inside the tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco? But isn't that the Ironworks' latest creation? It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garlon. Well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight. And she was soaring, she really was, till this bastard blasted us out of the sky. Attend me, all. The Ironworks' latest creation must not fall into Garland hands. We shall strike them, swift and sure, and rescue Engineer Wedge. There's like 5 of us, and there's like 10 of them. 10 or 15 of them. Werner, I trust we can rely on your support. Sure. May the matron watch out over us with me. Let's go, battle. Are you not gonna join the fight? Oh. Useless. An ambush to arms. There's like 4 of us. Alright, well, it is what it is. What can you do? Alright, what are we gonna do? So yeah, as I was saying, the car payments. Yeah, so I felt like I was rich, right? I was like, oh man, I got so much money, dude. I'm making so much more money than everybody else. And I'm so happy. And the job was pretty easy too. But my parents were reminding me, like, oh, no. You want to make sure, right, you use that money for a purpose. And it needs to be something like, you just need to be careful of where you spend your money. Because you don't want to squander that. And it's especially easy when you're young to really get yourself into a really, really big hole. Because you don't have a whole lot of income. So it's a lot easier to say, you know, if nowadays I spend $3,000, it's probably not going to hurt. But if you're making like minimum wage or doing a summer job that doesn't have any consistency to it, and you're getting yourself into like a $3,000 hole, then it's a lot harder for you to dig yourself out, right? Because why is this guy? What is this guy? What? Gee. But I'm so glad the NPCs are tanking so well. I'm helping. Right? I'm helping. I gotta take out the low health ones, right? Oh, it's already dead. Okay. Yeah, especially credit card debts too. If you get yourself into $3,000 worth of credit card debt while you're working a minimum wage job to try to pay it off, it's gonna grow and grow and grow. And the problem is then, you know, as you slowly pay off the debt, the interest will grow on it. So by the time you pay it off, you're probably paying like double as much, if not even more. So that's what I'm saying. If you're young, you need to be even more careful, because the hole that may be a small hole that you dug for yourself early on may become a bigger hole because the way the interest rates and everything work. Right? So, yeah. Well, again, luckily for me, my parents always told me to be careful of how much money you're spending and how you should treat your money. And I think one of the things that they reminded me the most was that when you think about buying something, Biggs. Oh, that hair. Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. So how's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is dead lost, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. Do we now need to hunt something down? Oh, of course, of course. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. While you do your work, we shall keep watch over perimeter. The enemy may yet be lurking nearby. They certainly are. As for you, Werner, you have more than done your part today. I bid you return to the Adder's Nest to complete your enlistment. Okay, that's good. It's almost like I thought I was going to be doing that, but it's nice to know that feels real, where you've done your part and the rest of it they can handle, and I can keep going to do something else. That's cool. I pray there will be no further interruptions. When next we meet, let it be as fellow serpent of the order. I just want to say sorry, for calling you Imperial Spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously though, if it hadn't been for you and the Twin Adder lad here, we'd be chained up in dungeon by now. I mean, you're dead, friend. We both are. Don't worry about it. It happens. What? Thank you. We're very grateful. It's like my daughter. Are we gonna say now? Thank you. You gotta remind them to say thank you. Right? Alright, I guess we head back. Right? Oh, wait. This is... Whoa. Wait a minute. Where are we now? Do we go back? Yeah, so we're not gonna go back to the... Oh, we can just teleport back. 188 gills? Sure. Alright, let's do it. I was gonna talk. And also, the way my parents taught me to think was... Think about whatever payment you're about to pay and divide up your salary into it and see how many of that you can do. Right? And it's like, okay, so if you're doing $400 payment, even if you're just not even thinking about how much it is going to cost you in total, but even $200 payment, and if you're making say $5,000 in your hand, then that's what, like, you can do how many $200? You can do $200. There's not that many of them, right? So $200 here, $500 there, and boom, all of a sudden half of your income's gone before you even get to anything else. Word arrived moments ago from the team at 9 Ivies. Lest you worry, the 2 engineers are safe on their way. The lieutenant informs you that you were instrumental in the mission's success. Had you not found Engineer Biggs when you did and helped us to rout the Guardians, things might have been very different. And all this before you even were inducted into the order. You're well on your way to carving out a fine career for yourself beneath the Twin Adder standard. But without further ado, let us see your induction. 12 willing, there won't be any further interruptions. Oh, dude, you just jinxed it. Well, I hope that's not the case. Let's see. Personnel officer, complete induction, sweet. Speaking of induction ovens are great, or induction cooktops are great. Protocol requires that I apprise you of who we are and what we do, after which I will invite you to swear an oath of your own free will. Amen. Not amen. Do you do that for every recruit? The Order of the Twin Adder is the Grand Company of Gridania. It brings together the martial, economic, and technological resources of our nation, that we might stand strong in time of direst? What is direst adversity? When our very survival hangs in the balance. Our order was formed in the days before the calamity, in readiness to fight the Guardian Empire, and to combat the Beast Tribe and their primals. Needless to say, our struggles continues to this day. Elder Seat Seer Kanisana is the supreme commander of our force. Under her wise leadership, we protect the people of Gridania and the sanctity of the 12 Woods. 12's Wood. As the entwined serpent that grace our standard, let Forestborn strive as one with our friends from afar to ensure that peace shall ever reign in Gridania. In so doing, we honor the will of the elementals, and theirs is the will of the wood. Now then, Verona, I ask that you give unto us your oath of allegiance in whatever fashion you see fit. Whose will be done. I shall strike down our enemies and drink of their blood. No. My life for the elder Caesar. Are there more? Wait. Did I just not select anything? Okay, that works. The elementals need not words to know your heart, and there's no doubt in my own that you will prove a stalwart servant to them. Oh, jeez, I thought it was more options. Oh my goodness, okay. Well, it works. By the power vested in me, I assign you the rank of Serpent Private 3rd Class. You are now a woman of the Order of the Twin Adder. Go forth, Private Euphoria, and do that which bring peace to the 12's wood and honor to our name. That was funny though. They're like, yeah, you don't need to say anything. We know it. Yay! I thought there's more options. I wonder what would happen, how they would react if you choose the drink their blood option. Oh, I got phone calls again. Can you hear me, Verona? It's Mephilia. An officer of the Order of the Twin Adder contact me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Phobia. I have no doubt that you're eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a serpent of Gridania, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. Distance call of a friend in need, perhaps. Indeed. As you need it elsewhere, I shall not keep you any longer. I would, however, suggest speaking with High Serpent Commander Versali Halui before you depart. He may provide you with assistance on the journey ahead. I'm gonna get some cool gear, dude. Cool gear, dude? Cool gear? Look. I need gear. I want cool gear. Anyway. You know, I have to quest my little chocobo by speaking with this person. This quest must be completed in order to pursue the end of the main scenario for a realm reborn. My little chocobo? My little chocobo, dude? I can't. Oh. My little chocobo, dude? My little chocobo! This past time you issue? Yes, personal chocobo, hell yeah. Oh, Private Phobia, I understand you've been working tirelessly in Gridania's name. You're truly an example of your fellow serpents. Yes. Now tell me, have you ever felt as though you couldn't get to your destination quickly enough? All the time, dude. All the time. And perhaps you could do with a little swifter pair of legs. Yes, dude. Yes. If so, you might consider getting a personal chocobo. You have yet to be issued your own bird, am I correct? Given your considerable talent, you should be able to obtain one in no time. Let me tell you how to go about it. Oh, I thought you were just gonna give me one. First, you must obtain Serpent Chocobo insurance by exchanging company seals with Quartermaster. Once you have this deed, present it to our man Singar, and he will furnish you with a suitable bird. Great. Okay. Present a Chocobo insurance to Singar. Wait, do I have one? Oh, whatever. Let's go talk to him. Where's this guy? Oh. Hell yeah, bro. Finally got my Chocobo. Profile. Grand Company. Is that... Wait, that's not it, is it? No, there. Your Grand Company and rank can confirm any time. Okay. Grand Company pay our members, not in guilds, but in company seals. Okay. Chocolate. No, nothing. My little Chocobo. Want a bird issue, you say? I'll need to see your Serpent Chocobo insurance. Of course, you will need to exchange Serpent seals for it. You can earn these by completing tasks for the Auto Grand Adder. Oh, how How do I do that? Man, I thought I was just gonna get a chocobo. Where's the main quest at? What do we need to do? Speak to the sign. Yeah, so we gotta go back. Alright, let's take the airship and go back to Lomenza. Oh, we don't need a chocobo for that anyway, so screw you for now. I'll come back. I need to figure out how to get company seals first. Yeah, I was talking about like divide up your income, figure out how many of the thing you can get, and how much of that, how big of a portion of your income this thing going to take you. And it doesn't take very long until you really don't have much money left. Yes, 120 gills, so be it. Alright, let's just skip this. Boom, there we go. Well, my parents always told me I want to buy a house because generally, especially here, because I live in Toronto. And Toronto's a busy enough city, and it's a big enough city where... is this the right place for... No, did I come to the wrong place? Ah, God damn it. Alright, gotta go back to Uda. Just wasting money now. Why are we talking about money? Well, yeah, generally, real estate is a appreciating asset, and cars almost certainly are always depreciating asset, or at least the ones that we're gonna buy anyway. If you're buying some rare Ferrari, or you're buying some rare Lamborghini or collectible cars, historical cars, maybe those are different, but I don't feel like those are the cars that you and I will buy on a regular basis, you know. So it is something to really pay attention that, hey, I understand you need a car, right? You need a car to move around, to go to work, and all that good stuff. Of course, you want to buy a car that's reliable, affordable. There are rules to do that, and we're not going to talk about that, but I think it's good to think about, hey, what is something that can help me build wealth and not just be a liability? And houses, sure, they're liabilities, but if you do have a decent income, house is a great way to build wealth over time, especially in Toronto. I don't know how it is anywhere else. I don't know the real estate markets in whatever city you live in. It may be different. It may be so cheap to rent, it doesn't really matter. It may be so cheap to buy that, but it doesn't go up. Or maybe it's just super extremely expensive that you cannot possibly afford to buy something. And that is the case in Toronto right now. If I didn't buy when I did 10 years ago, I would not have been able to afford to buy anything now. So it's just, it feels like something, sometimes you just don't know, but it's good to do it early if you can. And usually doing it early is the better option. It's almost always, wow, look at those light shafts. It's almost always a regret thing of not doing instead of regretting of doing. Although granted, I did have a friend who bought way too many properties and he was way overwhelmed, and he ended up selling it all anyway. And it's not like he was upside down or anything, but it wasn't as easy or as the way he envisioned it. So Luna Rosa, that's a cool name. Yeah, alright, let's go. Papalimo, what you guys doing here? Let me see if I have this right. You're an adventurer who's a silent and a servant? God, how do you keep track of everything? I don't. Hey, it must be fun pairing up with lots of different people. No, me? I'm always with Papalimo. Come to think of it, why am I always with Papalimo? I don't know. Following the calamity, each nation's armed forces underwent large-scale restructuring centered upon its grand company. In Gradania, the Order of the Twin Adder absorbed both Wood Whalers and God's Quiver, while the Lumenzans enacted a complete merger of the Maelstrom and Knights of Barracuda. Uda is the odd nation out, having made no notable change to its armed forces as before, and in the spirit of Sultanate, each entity retains a certain degree of independence. Thank you for the exposition, Papalimo. Oh, they're just sitting around. Yeah, where's the other guys? The incident with the traitor still weighs heavily on everyone's mind, the Flame Generals most of all. And although he cannot be expected to know what evil lurks in the hearts of everyone under his command, the revelation is nevertheless a devastating blow to his authority. Even so, it warrants saying that you should not let this tragedy color your opinion of the man. In all my years working with the Flame General, I've never had reasons to doubt his capacity to lead. I remember that traitor, but I don't actually remember what happened. I don't remember the details. Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Welcome back. Yes. Oh, they gave me seals? That's cool. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. That's true. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with the tales of heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Verona. I know, you guys are so lucky. So this is the Louisois staff, right? Now, when last we spoke, I said that I wanted to meet some friends, did I not? I belched his Alpha Node and whatever his sister's name was. And I elected to mention that you have already met. Yes, Alpha Node and something, I can't remember. This way, sirs. Oh, no, it's two. Oh, I thought it was Alpha Node. Thanks again for getting us out of the mess. We owed you our lives. But I don't think we'll properly introduce ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm Wedge. God, man, spit it out, will you? Wedge, at your service. Are they Scions as well? I'm pleased to say Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airship grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions could serve as keepers of this technology. Of course, for this, we needed knowledge of experts, and so we requested assistance of Garland's Ironworks. Who very kindly sent us two of their fine. Oh, so they were on their way to the Scions when they got shot down by the Guardians. Okay, that's interesting, and that's cool. That's nice to see this all of this stuff thread together. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Normally, you would kind of expect this just to go away, like it's like a throw, maybe not a throwaway, but yeah, it's nice to see all of this stuff come back and wrap around. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you all and fight the future of the realm. Fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness. Sure, if you say so. Sweet. So I got 300 Serpent Seal, dude. That's cool. Can I sit? No. Alright, what you got? What you got, Minfilia? Minfilia, I need you to investigate the sylphs. Wait, which ones are the sylphs?
Now, having set aside the formalities...
Wonderful. Voice acting.
We have a favor to ask of you.
Of course you do.
Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Right.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like gizzle-greens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
I wonder if you had chosen a different starting race, if you had a different starting city, would they have then investigated different things?
Though technically a beast tribe, sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Oh, so I was watching Jesse's video on the lore, right? So Papalimo is supposed to be one, like the oldest of the Scions, I think, or the most senior of the Scions in age, and he's an amazing magician. Oh, sorry, wizard.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
And Mephilia is Louisoire's student, and she was tasked to lead the Scions should Louisoire perish during the calamity, and he did. Well, actually, we don't know if he's dead or not. He just disappears, right? And then we got sent into the future, but also forgot what happened. Invaluable lesson to learn, yeah.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained. Until such time as we know, it would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
I like how at this angle he got blocked by the light.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda.
So Garuda is one of the primals, right?
Who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
Yeah, okay.
In short, it is essential that we approach the sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo.
Wait, can they access the echo as well?
Winning the sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us?
Do I even have an option? Of course I will.
I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Yeah. Thank you for volunteering them, huh?
Leave
What a nice guy.
to me.
What a nice guy.
Us, Ida, us!
Of course. Cool. Can I talk to her again? Your mission, make contact with the sylphs. Okay, briefly, be fairly warned, it was unique people. Ida and Papalimo will be on board. Yeah, so I'm sure they will do just fine. What happened to the other two engineer guys? So Magitech. Oh, there they are. I thought, let's see if they have anything to say. We haven't forgotten you saved us, Verna. Don't worry. Wedge and I mean to repay the favor in kind. Oh, you don't have to. I like it here. Safe hidden, a bit dark and dingy perhaps, but I've known worse. Plus the receptionist was rather charming, don't you think? Oh, of course. Of course. A dog, you. Of course. So Magitech is something that's invented by the Guardians because they couldn't use magic. Right? So then they use this sort of technology to replace what they couldn't do with magic. And very cleverly named it Magitech. Because it's magic and technology, right? Alright. So now I'm wondering, am I doing the right things by just focusing on the main sequence quests or main sequence quests instead of doing all of the other quests? Will that be a detriment to me later on? Or is it okay? Because I'm wondering if I should have done some more of those quests that are not MSQ, but off camera. I don't know. Like, what should I do though? Alright, let's go talk to the sylphs. I wonder, can we teleport? 484? 531. I guess we can do a one step. Jesus. We did get 1,000 gills there, so you know what? Let's just do it so we can speed it up. Using an Aetherite ticket. I don't have an Aetherite ticket. Do I? 23722? No, it's deducted. Whatever, who cares? It's fine. It's just money. Who needs money anyway, right? God, it's still raining. Is it? Are there seasons in the game? Oh, I thought she was peeing. Does it? Look from here. It looks like she's peeing, no? Man, all of this stuff is so cool, dude. I have no clue how to get any of this stuff. Fingers crossed I figured it out. I want an umbrella, dude. That's a cool card. Alright, what do we do here? For the little sylphs to lay any worthwhile plan, we must call upon the silence once more if we are to... I beg pardon, 'tis a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. Now tell me, what brings you to Adder's Nest? Oh. Cool. Commander... Marcelo was waiting for the aid of science. Oh, okay, so then Papalimo and Ida and everybody's gonna be here to help you out. Well, if it isn't Private Phobia reporting for duty. That's the zeal I like to see for an enterprising young serpent. Indeed. You know what? For how short he is, he makes very large strides. Good evening, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Ida and Pablimo, always a pleasure to see two of you. My men tell me you quest in the name of Scion of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird tells us that the twin adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird thing's true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the sylphs. That curious beast tribe that calls the depth of the 12's wood home. The sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceful bunch, much to the delight of the elder seer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The twin adder is of the same mind, and it's precisely for this reason that the sylph's relation to the primal Rama has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as it may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there be a sliver of chance that the summoning of the primal might disturb the balance between Gardania and the Sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry indeed. Do we strike at Rama or leave the sylphs to their own ways? That is the question. Yet, I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at the answer. Opinions abound within Gardania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistake a commander can make. I would hear from the other sides, the sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you Scions come in. Okay, got you. The sylphs of Little Solace remains untempered. The sylphs of Little Solace remains untempered, and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I will hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Civic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come upon a hawthorn hut. An officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win Sylph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. Ah, great. A friendly palaver with the Sylphs? This will be a pleasant enough diversion. A Hawthorne hut, you say? Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver? What does that mean? Indeed, I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papalymo. And never it will be. It never will be, and it never is. Alright. Let's go. Can we just fast travel there? Let's see, where is it? Oh, right there. Well, that's not too far. So there's not much really to fast travel. So we can either go this way or go that way. Right? Alright, let's just walk. It is this way, right? Yeah. Old Gridania. We'll run across, we'll go to West Shore Pier. Okay. Let's do it. Yeah, so money. Yeah. Yeah, my parents always told me, hey, just spend less than you make, and that's the key. I mean, as easy as it sounds, right? It's like, oh yeah, it's obvious. It is hard. It is hard, I must say, because it's so easy, especially in the beginning of your career and you're making good money. You just want to spend money. You want to buy things. You want to buy things you couldn't buy before. You want to buy things you don't have before. And obviously the whole thing with like keeping up with the Joneses and like, oh, my friends have this, so I must have this too. All that stuff. Yeah, I feel all of that too. But I think my parents did the right thing to say, hey, make sure that whatever money you have, put it towards something that builds to a future that you want. In this case, buying a house is the future that I wanted, and I just want to make sure I was able to do that and also have the money to maintain it. Aye, the ferry docks at base of this hill will carry you across the lake to East Shroud. Once you're ashore, head due east and you should find the Hawthorne hut without much trouble. Sweet. That's beautiful. The lighting is not too bad for a game that's what, 10, 15 years old? Can I not? Just what do I? Oh. But do these things light up, or are they just don't get any light? Purchase passage to Sweet Bloom Pier. I assume that's where we're going. East Shroud, yes. Let's do it. Is there gonna be a cutscene? Oh no, I'm just here. Okay. Very well. We shall go to the Hawthorne hut. Have you guys had Hawthorne? Hawthorns are great. It's there's a, I suppose, delicacy or snack where I came. Wait, didn't we just? We were just walking this way, didn't we? Yeah, that's why we had the downed airship. God damn it. Where I'm from, I was born in China. Where I came from, we have Hawthorne skewers, but instead of barbecue on a grill, they're dipped in melted sugar, I guess we call it red sugar. It's similar to brown sugar, but more red, and usually come in large chunks instead of powder form. And they're just covered with that stuff, with the red sugar. And usually it's eaten during the winter, because once you dip it, it needs to freeze to become this really crunchy shell. It's almost like candy apple, but candied hawthorns. And they're fantastic. I love them when I was a kid. And you eat it in the winter, it's really great because it's cold out and the candy stays crispy, which is really good. Let me go touch the thing. Chocobo key. Let's see. Tuning that shit. Let's go. Oh yeah, hawthorns. They're pretty good, although the pit is quite small and quite hard, so be careful not to chip your teeth on it. Emmeline. Indeed, I am Emmeline of the Twin Adder. I understand you're here to learn the sylphs, right? For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since Empire has came to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? Would you know more? You do well to speak with the master of this hut, Rofi. He's forgotten more about sylphs than I'll ever know. Great. Ah, he's right here. Perfect. Convenient. Come to learn a thing or two about the sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing. They're peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, let me just tell you. Beg pardon, my friend. My memory is just not what it used to. Literally, he's forgotten everything about it. I've seen so much. I've seen much more in my adventuring days than there's all the clutter in my noggin now. Though, I've shared my story with those around the hut before. You might have more luck with them. That's just... You know what? It's creative. It's interesting. Instead of let you just talk to one person, you gotta talk to multiple people about it. The sylphs, yes, father's told me stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. Yes, we know about that. You do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches. Teehee. Okay, what else? Blazed. Again, should I be doing every other quest as well, or should I just focus on MSQ? What should I do? Let me know. The quickest way to equip a woman's heart might be through her stomach, but don't even think of trying to foist your foodstuff on a sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rofi once told me. Okay, so they don't need to eat food. And they're weird. The sylphs, invertebrate tricksters and inveterate tricksters and troublemakers. That's what they are. One day, they're drawing more bold faces on our map, and next they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Okay, tell them to stop and they just laugh at you. Ruffy claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. Okay, so what do we know? No, they're tricksy ones. They'll play tricks on you. And they also draw on your faces and stuff. Right? And they don't eat food. They're like plants. Of course, hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Yes, nothing brings people together quite like a little toe tapping. A sylph once told me long ago, dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You will do well to remember this. It just may help win the favor of our forest friends. Okay, dancing. Got that. You talk to him again? We'll share further knowledge. This is you befriending the sylphs, okay? Oh, still here, eh? Great. There's one more thing you should know about the sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you do well to bring along a drat. What was it again? And my wife Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not a few days ago. Forgive me, friend. Speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than my own. God damn it, old man. What you good for, huh? Absolutely nothing. That's what you good for. Oh god, I don't know, all the way over there. You know what? We shall continue our adventure next time. While we head to the Rosa, whatever her name was, right? Speak of Rosa, hold on. Yeah. So yeah. How should I be doing all the other quests? Are the other quests interesting? Should I record them too? Or should I just do them on my own time? I was thinking I could just do them on my own time, and we'll just do the MSQ together. And yeah, if you have any comments on money situation, why people spend so much money on cars and why cars are getting so expensive, if you have something to say about that, that'd be cool too. And if not, then I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Take care of anybody you can. And see you guys next time. Bye.